Welcome to Watch List. Today I'm going to go over my picks and updated power rankings for Week 9 of the NFL regular season. Starting with the rankings, we have a new number 1 this week. Although they tied last week, I had them at number 2. So the Colts are at number 1 with 10 first place rankings. You can see highlighted there. Other teams with first place rankings are the Detroit Lions, Kansas City Chiefs, and the Green Bay Packers. And so there's our top 4. Let's look at the bottom real quick. The Tennessee Titans are a clear last place with 17 last place rankings. And there's only 2 other teams that have a last place ranking, the Raiders and the Saints. But the Jets got their first win of the season, and I think because of that, nobody wanted to rank them last this week, so they got 0. They're actually tied here with the Saints, but I have the Saints higher because they have a higher top end. So they've got a 28 right here. Sportsnaut has them at a 28, and the Jets' highest is a 29. So let's look at the biggest range. Here we've got the Baltimore Ravens. So we've got Pro Football Focus has them at a 6. And Sports, what is this one? Sharp Football Analysis actually has them at a 24. So they have this big range of 18. The next biggest range is the Falcons. Someone has them at a 16, which is right here. Looks like the Ringer has them at 16 still. And someone has them down at a 28, which is right next to them, USA Today. So they have a big range of 12 as well. Biggest movers, so the Falcons actually moved the delta here. They went down 7 spots from last week to number 23, whereas the Ravens have gone up 6 spots to number 18, and Houston's also gone up 6 spots to number 16. One extra thing I wanted to call out here, I added a few extra columns over here. This is the season stats, so you can see anything here with the 1. These are the teams that have been number 1 on the overall rankings in the season. So only 5 teams have been number 1. Indianapolis, Detroit, Philadelphia, Buffalo, and Tampa Bay all had first place weeks. And last place weeks, we've got the 3 that are currently at the bottom. Saints, Jets, and Titans, but also Carolina Panthers had a week earlier in the season when they were the 32nd team. And then this last column is the high, low, or min-max rankings for the season. Baltimore Ravens, no surprise, the beginning of the season they were a number 2. And they stayed at number 2 for the first couple of weeks. And then they dropped all the way down to a 25 before they started ticking back up again. They're now at 18. So they had a range of 23 on the season. But the biggest mover is the Indianapolis Colts. They started the season at a 27, and each week they've gone up in the rankings because they keep winning. They only have 1 loss on the season. So they've gone up 26 is the range there from number 1 to number 27 throughout the season. So I thought that's cool. That's interesting. All right, let's move on to the picks. Well, before that, we'll see how I did last week, which was not very good. My instinct picks, I only had 54%. I got 7 right, and I lost 6. You can see there. But the ranking picks, I actually had a little bit better week, 69%, so 9 right and 4 losses. You can see how they did there. And then on the season, now the rankings are doing better than my instincts. I think for the first time all year, I've been ahead on the instinct picks until now. So there you go. I'm getting worse. All right, let's do the picks for week 9 and get them over with. Oops, there we go. So, should be pretty easy. Baltimore at Miami. Lamar Jackson is back on Thursday Night Football. I think I'm going to take Baltimore. Bears and Cincinnati. The Bears have a low end of 21 on some of the rankings, where Cincinnati's got a 19. I think Cincinnati has a chance here. I'm going to go with Cincinnati. Detroit versus Minnesota. I'm going to take Detroit. Green Bay over Carolina. Denver and Houston. I want to see that again. Denver has a low of 13. Houston has a high of 10. I'm going to go with Houston since they're the home team. Just cuz. New England over the Falcons. San Francisco over Giants. Colts and Pittsburgh. Oh, this is another one where I want to pick Pittsburgh if they're within the range. Ooh, just barely. So Indianapolis has a low of 12. And Pittsburgh has a high of 12. So because of that, I'm going to pick Pittsburgh. They're the home team. Indianapolis only has one loss. They're obviously the best team, but I don't know. That's an instinct thing, right? Chargers, Titans. Go with the Chargers. Rams, Saints. I know the Saints are starting their new rookie quarterback, but Rams are too good. Jacksonville and the Raiders. Let's see. Jacksonville and the Raiders. Low of 20. I'm going to have to pick Jacksonville. And Kansas City, Buffalo. I'm going to go with Buffalo since they're home. I know Kansas City's been coming on the last, 4 weeks or something they won. But Seattle over Washington. I think that's good, even with Jaden Daniels returning from injury again. I think I'm going to go Seattle. And Arizona versus Dallas. I'm going to pick Dallas. They're home. So there you have it. I've got 4 different picks than rankings. So I guess I'll see how I do this week. Thanks for watching.